Listen, if you want to stand out today as an affiliate, you need to do more than just send a few emails and post on social media. You need to answer questions before they're even asked. You need to overcome objections before they pop up, and you need to overcome your own resistance. If you've wondered, what do I say about this product or what do I post today? AI could be your new best friend if you use it right. So, in this episode, I'm giving you 10 ways AI can help you do all of this faster, easier, and in your own voice. If you're ready to take your affiliate program and your business to the next level, well, you're in the right place. I'm Matt McWilliams, best-selling author and 4-time Affiliate Manager of the Year, and I've built dozens of affiliate programs from the ground up to over $1 million a month. I'm here to show you how you can do it too. Let's get started. Hey, welcome back to the Affiliate Guy podcast. If you are just joining us for this new series on using AI for affiliate marketing, you're going to want to go back and check out episode 1. So it's just one episode ago. We covered some powerful ways to write better promos, to repurpose content, use AI without losing your voice. And today we're going to go even deeper. Now, also, if you missed the previous series, I did an entire series for affiliate managers. I think it was 6 episodes long, maybe 7. If you're an affiliate manager, you want to go back and listen to that. Now, if you're an affiliate manager, you also want to be listening to this series. As I mentioned in the last episode, don't skip this because, it's about affiliate marketing. It's about affiliate management, No, there's a lot of stuff I'm going to talk about where you can use what you're learning in these episodes to help your affiliates. So these next 10 strategies are mostly about content that sells without sounding like a used car salesman, without sounding like a robot, all those things, product comparison, quizzes, reviews, so much more. So let's jump in and talk about some more ways to use AI as an affiliate. It wouldn't be an episode about AI without an AI generated sound effect, right? So, all right. So number 1 is simplifying complex pricing structures. A lot of times when I promote an affiliate offer, something as an affiliate, especially SaaS products, where the pricing page looks like, looks like one of like the medical bills that you get. Like it's super complicated. There's 3 tiers. There's 10, maybe 20 features per tier. There's a bunch of fine print. And your audience is like, they just want to know which one is for me. Which one do you recommend? And they want to know why. So I use AI to summarize pricing into something clear and easy for people to understand. This helps your audience make a quick decision. And when they do, you get a commission. That's the beauty of affiliate marketing, right? So here's the prompt that I use in situations like this. I have an ongoing prompt and I say, summarize the pricing of product, for audience, break it into 3 clear tiers with the best use case for each. That's it. Just make it like super simple. Sometimes so here's one actually that I used recently. Summarize the pricing of Post Affiliate Pro for affiliate managers and small business owners who are running their own affiliate program. Break it into 2 easy to understand tiers with the best use case for each. And it did the work for me and I was done. And it has worked. I've sold a lot of Post Affiliate Pro, recommending that as a result of that very simple prompt. The second way to use AI as an affiliate marketer is to turn customer questions into really, really killer content. This one is so freaking easy to use. I have gotten to the point where I am using this so much, it's starting to scare me a little bit because it just becomes almost automatic. So anytime I get a DM or a text, I get a lot of texts where people are asking me about products that I recommend. If you didn't know, you should because you've listened to at least one other episode, right? Text me anytime, 260-217-4619. Just know that I'm probably going to turn your question into content. And I don't have to mention your name. I will ask permission if it, hey, then I can give you a shout out. But I get DMs, I get texts, I get emails, comments asking a question about a product that I'm promoting. Anytime you get a question like that, instead of answering it once, turn it into a blog post, turn it into an email, turn it into some sort of social media post. That produces sales, because other people have those questions. I've said it so many times. Life is like 7th grade algebra. If you have a question, odds are 7 other people have a question, that same question. And really, in the case of something like this, it could be hundreds of other people. So I just use a very simple prompt. Turn this customer question into a short blog post or social media post, Facebook post, Instagram post, whatever, and end with a gentle affiliate link CTA. And I paste the question, keep the tone helpful and casual. Now, I create one of those for each product that I'm promoting. That way, it already has all the information on that product. So I start a chat with this, and I used that chat for numerous things. It could be creating email briefs. I mentioned before, I'll have a chat where I create the brief, and then I have another chat that's already been trained on my style and tone that I write the email in. So I have a chat for each product. So for instance, Bot Leads is a new company. If you're on my email list, you heard me talking about them this week when this episode came out. Bot Leads is amazing. It's the tool that I use now to find affiliates like so quick. My friend Amy Yamada created it, and it's absolutely amazing. And it's the tool that if I had created my own, it's what I would have created. And so I actually was chatting with Amy one day, and she's like, hey, I created this thing. I was like, oh, that's cool, whatever. I was like, I kind of want to create something like that, but for finding affiliates. She's like, well, I'll introduce you to the developer. She was super cool. She actually was on the call. We did a Zoom call, like an hour-long Zoom call, where the developer walked me through it. And after seeing it, I was like, Amy, I don't feel right about this. Like, I don't want to create a competitor to you. Your tool is already using, Bot Leads is already doing what I want it to do. Can I just promote you? Can we just partner together and promote this? And she was like, that'd be amazing. So for instance, I have a chat about Bot Leads where I've already trained it. I've already told it that story. I've trained it on what Bot Leads is. I've fed it the sales page and some, the FAQ and kind of some of my results. I told it hey, we've doubled the number of affiliates we can find on a daily basis in half the time. And it's helped us find an extra, 300 to 400 affiliates every month for our clients. I trained it on that. And that's my chat for Bot Leads. So then when I get a customer service, or not a customer service, but I get a customer question, then I can say, turn this customer question into whatever I want to turn it into. And it already knows all the other stuff. It knows the bonuses that I'm giving as an affiliate. It knows all the stuff about Bot Leads, and then it uses that question to specifically answer it and turn it into content. So a little tip there. Again, with a lot of stuff, what I'll do is I'll have it do that, and then I'll take what it generates, and I'll then go put it into another chat that I've specifically trained in my voice on social media and say, please turn this into something that sounds more like me. All right, number 3 is using AI to turn multiple products into a bundle type post or an ultimate toolkit. This is one of my favorite uses because a lot of times we promote products one-off. But instead of promoting one thing, you can promote 3 that go together. So you can create that ultimate toolkit, right? So the ultimate productivity toolkit, the ultimate photographer's toolkit, the ultimate affiliate marketing toolkit, the ultimate goal setting toolkit. And so for that productivity one, you might have a planner and a time tracking app and a book that teaches productivity. And for affiliate marketing, I can list hundreds, but they're all at mattmcwilliams.com/toolbox. That's my voice that I do anytime I talk about that, by the way. So I'll just literally prompt it and say, write a blog post outlining the ultimate toolkit for whatever, for this audience. include 3 affiliate products from this page, each one with some benefits and why it belongs in the bundle. And let's recommend write the whole post for this ultimate toolkit. And so now they're not just buying a single product. They're not just buying a planner. They're not just buying a time tracking app. They're not just buying a goal setting course or a productivity book. They're buying a system. And they're buying 3 things, which means in theory, you're making 3 times as much money. You might make 10 times as much money as if they bought one of the things. But it's a really cool way to bundle a lot of things. The other cool thing about the bundle post, the ultimate toolkit post, and by the way, I said 3, it could be 5, it could be 7. The cool thing about it is when you list 5 things, and assuming that they are, and they often are, you've usually got one thing that financially is out of reach for the majority of people. And that anchors everything else. No, you can't buy this $500 course, but you can buy this planner and get similar results for 1/10 of the price. So you sell more of those middle priced things. And a lot of times they'll just add on like one of the cheaper things too. So again, instead of making no sales, you sell a $50 thing and a $20 thing. You just made, let's say you make 20% on those. You made $14 instead of 0. That is a significant improvement. It's infinitely more, according to my math teacher, than 0. Number 4 is writing review posts. Now, this is one of my favorite ways to use AI. One of my favorite ways so much that I actually created a tool to do it. So this is writing long form product reviews. And I've done entire episodes on this in the past. Everything I talked about in those episodes is still relevant, but it's also not necessary because I walked you through how to do it in an entire episode. And I shared how to take 8 hours out of your life and write a review post. Is 8 hours of your life worth it? Yes. I have review posts. Just going through some of the examples here. I have one review post for a course that launches annually. Each of the last 4 years, that post has brought in at least $20,000 in affiliate income. It's done over $50,000 in sales. One year it did over $75,000. So I made whatever 40% of that is. Plus I got bonuses because I finished in the top 10. So I'm averaging $23,000, $24,000, $5,000 a year. Now it's in like a 5-day span. And I make none the other 360 days out of the year. And I'm cool with that. Another I'm looking at, I'm averaging 2 sales a month at about a $62, $63, $127, so $63.50 a month or per sale. I'm averaging about $127 a month, but I'm averaging $127 a month pretty much every single month for about the past 7, 8 years. That's a lot of money. It's consistent revenue. I've got another one. I'm making an average of $40 a month. Again, not a huge thing, but I'm making $40 a month every single month. And actually that one also generates 17 subscribers per month. Some of them generate like 2 subscribers a year, but that one actually generates an average of about 17 a month that end up subscribing. I've got others where because we give bonuses, you should always provide bonuses. Because we provide the bonuses, they end up having to join my email list on the back end. And so I've got tons of other, I've got review posts that generate, $5,000 a year. And I've got some that generate, I got a few that generate 0. They didn't work. Most of them have worked though. Most of them average between $1,000 and $2,000 a year. Not huge by themselves, but I've also got like 30 of them, maybe 40. Any product that I've ever recommended, I've written a review post for them. And the thing is, I've gotten really good at ranking high. And so, as I mentioned earlier, writing them can take a lot of time. It basically becomes free traffic, free leads, free money, but it takes a lot of time. And I had gotten to the point where I stopped doing them a couple of years ago because I just didn't have time. So I started playing around with AI. And about 4 or 5 months ago, I created a product called Review Post Pro. And I created it for myself. I literally just created it because I got tired of ChatGPT. Like I would be in the chat and it just kept forgetting things. And I told it like, no, this section always has to be at least this long, and it would half the time it'd be too short. And I'd be like, no, and you have to make it dense enough, keyword dense, but not keyword overuse, and it would not do it. In the call to action, you have to mention the name of the product in the link in at least 75% of the links. And then it would mention it or it's 75, but not more than like 80%, because too much is too much with keyword density and things like that. And it would mention it in 100%. And I'm like, no, not 100%. And then the next time it would mention it in like 20%. I'm like, no, this is so dumb. Like, you're not getting it. And that's one of the downsides to AI, sometimes. So I created Review Post Pro and I trained it. I basically went around and started searching for product reviews. And I got all the number one ranked posts for about 50 to 70 products, different products, consumer products, courses, SaaS products, like literally things like running shoes and fitness trackers and all. And I was like, I searched for those. I got the number one post and I was like, okay, analyze these. What's working? I took my top ranking posts and I said, analyze these. Tell me what you're finding. What's working? I combined that with what I already knew to be true about SEO and all the guides I've written about how to rank high on review posts. And I created a thing for me where basically if I want to write a new review post, I just go in, I answer about 15 to 20 questions pretty quickly. Usually just takes me about 10 minutes to answer these questions. And it spits out a fully written review post. And I've already trained it. This is, by the way, you can do this too. You upload as much as you want to train it. I trained it on every blog post I've ever written, so it has my writing style. But you could train it on, 2. You could train it on 50, whatever. Upload blog posts. Just literally, you can just be like, go here. Here are the URLs for my blog posts. Read those. And so you upload you train it one time. You only have to do that one time. Then you answer the questions. And then it writes it in your voice because it's learning from your writing. And then, you're like, it allows you to review each section along the way. So you can correct it, because I'll give you an example. Like when I first did it, it really, really, really wasn't getting the fact that there are certain words I don't use, even though I never use them probably in my writing samples. But I told it, like, don't use this word. Cool. After a few times, it got it. So I'm going to put a link to it in the show notes. I'm not entirely sure the link will work if you're listening to this the day the episode comes out, because we have not released this to the public. We're about to. It's really cool. And, I wrote one. I texted some friends of mine the other day. I wrote a review post the other day, 47 minutes. I actually timed it because I was testing this out. It's kind of a final test. 47 minutes. I'm recording this on a Thursday. I released the post on a Tuesday. I wrote it Tuesday morning and released it, Tuesday afternoon, because I wanted to make sure I had time to just give it one last review. So I guess technically it probably took me like 52 minutes because I spent like 5 minutes reviewing it at the end. Again, this used to take me 6 to 8 hours to do. 52 minutes. Released it that afternoon. Today is Thursday. I checked this afternoon. I am number 1 for the name of that product and the word review. I'm number 2 for the name of that product and the word pros and cons. I'm number 1 for the name of that product and worth it. Meaning if you look up the name of that product and worth it. I am number 3 for the name of that product and the word features. Only behind the top 2 listings are that company's website 2 times. One is a video page and one is like a text version of their features. I mean, it works. It works. And I've written a few of those. That's just one example. As I've been testing this, and it's making us a lot of money every month. Which is really cool. So writing product reviews is a great way to use AI, because it just makes something that's so powerful so much quicker. All right, number 5 way to use AI is turning product FAQs into a shareable Q&A. Every product has the same 3 to 5 questions that people ask over and over again, right? What's the refund policy? Does this work for beginners? Does this work if I'm in Ireland? Is it mobile friendly? Whatever. So instead of hiding them on a landing page, turn them into a shareable Q&A post on Instagram, or Facebook, and just get them out there in front of people. This builds trust. That's what it's all about. It cuts down on those objections. If you answer somebody's objection before they even ask, you will make the sale. Almost, well, not always. Depending upon the price point, you will double or triple your chances of making the sale. So the prompt I use is write a Q&A style post for Instagram that answers the top 5 questions, FAQs about product. My audience is blank, and describe your audience. Number 6, going back to review posts. Well, you need to know what are the SEO keywords that you should target. That is something that Review Post Pro does not do, because it doesn't need to do it, because you can use ChatGPT in 2 seconds to do that. So if you want to write a blog post about a product, one of the questions that Review Post Pro asks you is, what keywords do you want to target? Because it uses that information to then create a post that focuses more on those keywords. So for instance, I mentioned earlier, review, of course, pros and cons, worth it. And I told it that. So it asks the question, is it worth it? You may be wondering if it's worth it. Here's why this product is worth it, right? Here are the pros and cons. And it uses those words more than it normally would, because it's targeting those as SEO keywords. But first, I use AI to help me find low competition keywords to go after. And oh, by the way, I mentioned that the one I wrote on Tuesday and then checked it today. I've already made one sale. I've already had one sale. Let me pull up the stats here. Let's see. So where are they? Oh, here we go. All right. So ranks number 1, blah, blah, blah. Okay. 47 clicks. We already had, this is after about 46 hours. We had 47 clicks to the post. 13 of those clicked on my affiliate link, and we have one sale. That one sale will make me, let me do some quick math. $99, it's 20%. So we'll just call it $20. It's like $19.80. Will make me $19.80 every single month. So you do the math on that. The first, so far, I've made, for less than 1 hour of time, I've made $20. Is that worth it? No. But at this rate, if I make a sale even every week, $80 a month. But then the next month I make $80, but I keep the 80 from the, and some people will cancel. But by month 3, I'm making $200. By month 6, I'm making, I don't know, $500 roughly, and so on and so forth. So ultimately, per hour, I'm gonna make a lot of money. I'm gonna make a lot of money, and yeah, I'll spend 5 minutes a quarter updating the post, because that does help it stay up there in the rankings, by the way. But I use AI to say, there's the prompt, suggest 5 low competition keywords for a blog post about, and then I'll name the product, aimed at, name the niche, et cetera, et cetera. And I'm looking for, what are those low competition keywords that are still going to be fairly high trafficked? All right, the 7th way is identifying what your audience might object to. I talked about this in the affiliate management series, that you want to identify why an affiliate wouldn't promote this product. Identifying that objection. What would an affiliate object to? But you can use it with buyers as well, customers as well, because objections are what kill sales. We talked about that earlier, but they're also predictable. Price, complexity, doesn't work for me. So use AI for this. And I'll just say, hey, I want to know the top 5. So I'll say list 20. List the top 20 possible objections my audience, describe your audience. Okay, so single moms might have to buying this product. I've already trained it on what that product is, and suggest a response to each. And I'll have AI do that. And I'll have it list 20, and I'll say, I like number 1, and I'll usually tell it to do it in order. got number 1. I like number 1, number 2, number 3. I don't really see anybody objecting to number 4. I don't agree with that. Number 5 and maybe number 7. And I'll take those, and now I'm going to create responses. I'm going to write those in my style in a separate chat, but I'm also going to make sure that I answer any FAQs and things like that. So we've got the responses ready. When people email us, when they ask us what they ask their objections, we've got them ready. I want to address the top 5 in my content, but I want to have all the other ones ready because I doubt anybody's going to ask about number 4, but you know what? Somebody probably will. If enough people come through the sales funnel, somebody's going to ask that question. I'll never forget years ago, we were launching our No Product, No Problem course. And it was the second time we'd ever launched it. We did a soft launch like 7-8 months before, where I think we had like 25 buyers or something. But this was our big one. I think we did a 5-day open cart, and we had 25 sales within the first like 2 hours. This was much, much bigger. And earlier I had that question, like, does it work for people in Ireland, right? Well, that actually comes from legit questions that I got where people were, does it work in Italy? It was the first one. One of our very first students ever was a guy named Brian Burney, and he lives in Italy. And he was like, here's why it might not work there, And so we basically formed a few different responses based on why they think it might not work on their locality. Because the people of Italy are boom, 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 because in our country, yada, yada, yada. And so we created like these categories so we could just be like, yes, it absolutely will work in fill in the blank name of country, blah, 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 blah. And we would explain why. And it was a huge time saver, but it also allowed us to turn that into content as well. Number 8 is turning a promo into a thread or a series. Instead of just making it like a one-time thing, you actually build momentum with a series of posts, kind of like a mini funnel, right? So by the end of this series, the audience is warmed up. By the time they get to the kind of some scarcity at the end, they're ready to buy. And so a great way to do that is use AI, like outline a 5-part Instagram post series to promote bot leads. Each post should teach something useful. It's important. And naturally lead to the next one. So we actually created one. I should probably create this. This would be another great product for me to create. I don't think I'm going to because this is pretty simple. Whereas the review post one, it took me a couple weeks to create that tool, like probably 25 to 50 man hours to create it. This one you could probably create in 15 minutes. Train it on how it should start a certain way, teach a lesson, and in the end, tease the next one. So in the next post, tomorrow, I'm going to teach you blah, blah, blah. So make sure you hit subscribe, make sure you hit follow, whatever. And so you could train it in kind of a format, give it find a few examples, give it those examples, and then have that chat ongoing over time. Number 9 way, I love this one. I have not personally used this, but I'm going to. But this actually came from a conversation I had with a friend of mine the other day. And that is creating like a quick quiz or a decision tool. So quizzes, shout out to Ryan Levesque, convert like crazy because people loved personalized answers. So you help them figure out which version of a product is right for them. And then you guide them to your link, or which product is right for them. Maybe there's 3 different products. And so use AI to create the quiz, or some people call them decision tools. So I will use this prompt. This is a prompt that my friend of mine gave me the other day. Write a 5-question quiz to help people decide which version of product is best for them. Include simple answers and a call to action. Another one was write a 3 to 5 question quiz to help people decide which of the following 3 products is best for them. Include simple answers and a call to action. So you start it by explaining, like, here's the product. So name of the product, here's who it's for, here's who it's not for, here's, the price, here's what each thing has, what it doesn't have. yada, 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 right? And you could really just do that by telling it like, here are 3 products in the URLs, create this quiz. And then it does it. It does it. And it, according to him, it's been huge because he runs like multiple comparison sites and stuff like that. It's been a pretty cool way to do some pretty killer affiliate marketing. And number 10, this is something I have been using AI for about 2 years now. One of the easiest ways to do it, it's like 15 seconds and you make more money, is improving your CTAs. So this is your calls to action, right? This is across everything. This is not just affiliate. This could be anything. Your emails, your sales page. One of the best ways to just like 15, 20 seconds and you improve your, your click rate by, 0.5 to 2%, which doesn't sound like a lot, but it is, because if it's currently 3.5% and you improve it to 4.5%, that's a dramatic increase in your click-through rate. You just, hey, here's my sales page, or here's my blog post, here's my whatever. I want to improve the CTAs. So give me 10 creative, better CTAs for this email, this social media post, and then tell it what to focus on. So focus on, if it's toward the end, focus on urgency, focus on benefits, focus on FOMO, focus on whatever, it's one of the simplest ways to increase sales. We did this recently. I had a sales page that I had created, really good sales page, 2.8 conversion rate, 2.8% conversion. And I was like, all right, I was a little disappointed in that. And so I just went to AI and I was like, look at, I think I had like 6 buttons on the page. I said, give me some better ones for this. And it took about 25 to get to the 6. And some of them, frankly, were terrible. I would never use them. They were horrible. But who cares? I mean, it took me 2 seconds to look at it and go on. And that's what I hear. Like a lot of people are like, give me a one, give me one. And then they're like, well, that one's terrible. I'm not going to use it. AI is stupid. No, occasionally it's amazing. Occasionally it's stupid. And most of the time it's really good is really where it falls. But if you get 30, ask it for 30 to get to 6. I think I asked for 10. And then what I do is like, ooh, I like number 2, number 7. And I kind of like a combination of 8 and 10, but I don't know how to do that. Could you make a suggestion on that? So now I'm teaching it like what I like and what I think is going to work better. And then it goes from there, and it goes from there, and it goes from there. And it's a very iterative process. But in a matter of 5 minutes, I improved all 6 buttons on that page. So we split test it. Not for very long, because it took like 48 hours for us to like, oh my gosh, went from a 2.9% conversion to about 4.2% like that. And it was all we did was change the text. And that's true. I mean, that is that's a universally true thing, that improving your CTAs will improve your sales. So do it with affiliate marketing. I mean, just do it. Like if you're going to get started on one thing that could improve your commissions in a matter of minutes, go improve your CTAs. Just make sure you ask it for enough and do it in an iterative way. So there you go. 10 more. We got through 10 today. This back-to-back episodes. We got through 10. Woo! 10 more powerful ways to use AI to grow your affiliate income. These are not theoretical. These are the exact tactics. Like I'm used 9 of these. And then one I stole from a friend. He gave me permission to share, by the way. So I'm going to use it though, the quizzes stuff. These are things that people are using right now to write better content, sell more, serve their audience better than ever. Again, like I said, if you missed episode 1, go back and listen, because these ideas build on each other. And if you're loving this series, by the way, share it with a friend, especially the one who thinks AI is just for like the tech bros and robot guys, right? It's not. It's not. It's for everyone. Even my mom. Even my mom. Hi, Mom. It's for her, right? So if you want some of these prompts or you have any questions, you can text me at 217-4619. I'll send you the prompts, like I said, or if you just got any questions or anything. Next time, we're diving into the creative stuff. So how to use AI for storytelling and testimonials and humor, all kinds of fun stuff like that. So hit subscribe so you don't miss that episode. Until then, keep taking action. Make sure you're using AI to simplify your life and amplify your voice. It's pretty good there. I gotta remember that one. Use AI to simplify your life and amplify your voice. I think that's what I said. That's good though. I didn't have that in my notes, so I was just kind of riffing there. That's pretty good. Anyway, with that, like I said, make sure you hit subscribe, and I will see you in the next episode. Thank you so much for listening today. If you know someone who would benefit from hearing this episode, make sure to share it with them. And if you have a question, you can ask it at asktheaffiliateguy.com. Questions make my best episode, and it's a great way to get featured right here on the podcast. And if you're loving what you're hearing, please take a moment to leave a rating and review. That helps others find this content so we can all benefit from it. See you soon.